I'm Bill Korach with the report card. At the Navy League's annual Battle of Midway dinner at the Renaissance Center in St. Augustine, the winners of the Francesca Stencil Korach Essay Prize are here to receive their award by Admiral Mark Ferguson, the Vice Chief of Naval Operations, in front of an audience of over 1,000 people. Donations for future essay contests can be made to Francesca Korach Scholarship, 406 Misty Morning Lane, St. Augustine, Florida, 32080.
Bring stand! Who?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You will now observe members of the Mayport Sea Cadets marching to center stage to provide some very special service covers in the preparation for our missing man ceremony.
Cover detail. Attend. Huh! Forward. Mark. Salute.
As you entered the dining room this evening, you may have noticed this table here in front of us, in a place of honor at the center of the dance floor. This table is set for 6. This table is our way of symbolizing the fact that members of our profession of arms are missing from our midst. They are commonly called POW, MIAs. We call them brothers. They are unable to be with us this evening, so we remember them because of their incarceration. This table is set, you will notice, for 6, to symbolize the frailty of one prisoner represented by each service, each alone against his oppressors. Remember. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. Remember. The single rose displayed in a vase reminds us of the families and loved ones of our comrades in arms who kept the faith awaiting their return. Remember. The red ribbon tied so prominently on the vase is reminiscent of the red ribbon worn on the lapel and breasts of thousands who bear witness to their unyielding determination to demand a proper accounting of our missing. Remember. A slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate. Remember. There is salt upon a bread plate, symbolic of the family's tears as they wait. Remember. A Bible placed prominently on the table. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain those lost from our country. The United States was founded as one nation under God. Remember. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us this night. Remember. The chair is empty. They are not here. Remember. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope that lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors, to the open arms of a grateful nation. Remember. The American flag reminds us that many of them may never return and have paid the supreme sacrifice to ensure our freedom. Remember. Let us pray to the Supreme Commander that all of our comrades will soon be back within our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifice. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families.
Cover detail.
Mr. John Hancock. Mr. Hancock graduated from boot camp on December 5th, 1941, 2 days short of Pearl Harbor Day. He was sent to the USS Yorktown and participated in the Battle of the Coral Sea, and was part of the 72-hour emergency repair of Yorktown in Pearl Harbor to repair the damages. During the Battle of Midway, he was a seaman second class manning a .50 caliber gun on the carrier's superstructure when he observed numerous dive bombers and torpedo planes approaching the ship. Knowing that things didn't look too good, he soon felt the Yorktown lurch from the torpedo hits and eventually abandoned ship with the rest of the crew. He felt an intense stinging sensation when he entered the water that made him realize he'd been hit during the attack. He was picked up by the USS Anderson, DD-411, continued to serve until he officially retired from the Naval Reserve as a captain. John Hancock.
You fought at the Battle of Midway?
Yes, I did.
What was that experience must have been like? I can't...
Sort of spooky, but I was about 17 years old at that time, so you know how it is. You don't worry about anything. So what can I tell you?
Well, like, just what was your basic experience? Like, what did you do on the ship?
Okay, I fired a .50 caliber water-cooled machine gun.
Wow.
At the Battle of Midway, and also at the Battle of the Coral Sea a month earlier, and shooting at the Japanese planes. And a bomb hit the island structure, and that's where I got wounded.
Oh, wow.
And we fought until we ran out of Japanese planes, and we were sinking, so we abandoned the ship and went in the water.
Wow. I can't imagine, like, even what that would be like to be so young and being under fire and everything like that.
Well, the thing is, when you're in the military, you do what you're told and you don't think about it. Yeah, of course, everybody's nervous and afraid, but you get busy doing what you're told and you forget about being afraid. Fear is something you have to overcome. I might add also in civilian life.
Yes, sir.
Just go full speed ahead, do what you think is right, and you'll be okay.
Yes, sir. It's a great thing to remember, I think.
Included in this year's program, we implemented an essay contest, the Francesca Stencil Korach Scholarship Award. Bill Korach, past president of the Navy League of the St. Augustine Council, took this challenge and created the program. The essay dealt with answering topics regarding leadership and symbolism of the Battle of Midway. Their essays are in the program, and they're very impressive. I would like to call to the stage Bill Korach and the first two place winners, along with Admiral Ferguson, Cadet Nicole Thatcher from Nease High School, and Petty Officer 3rd Class Luke Mahan from the St. Augustine Sea Cadet Battalion to receive your awards. Additionally, can the runner-ups, Cadet Carly Ferguson from First Coast High School, Petty Officer Megan Hendricks from Kings Bay, Georgia, Sea Cadet Division, and Cadet Cole Arnold from Manatee Division come to the stage and receive your plaques. We're going to do it just like that. Where's the first one? Go ahead and give it to me. And while the Admiral's presenting the awards, I'd like to acknowledge the distinguished judges. The judges were retired Rear Admiral Joseph Gallo, a past Navy History Author of the Year and well-known military author, Commander John Stencil, Senior Executive with NASA, Richard Latour, Editor-in-Chief of Naval History, Mary Laney, award-winning columnist, television and radio news anchor, reporter and commentator, Dane Baird, President of the American Former Intelligence Officers Association, Colonel Will Merrill, West Point graduate and well-known author, and Bill Korach. Ladies and gentlemen, our SA award winners.